morning. My name is Siobhan Goggin. I'm the head of Department of Accountancy, Finance and Economics, and I'm here this morning with David Gray, my economics planner, and together we're going to tell you about the department, about the programs we offer, and a little bit of details surrounding those programs. So I've been at the university for about 16 years, and I think David has been at the university just a little longer. Is that right,
longer,
David?
Yes, that's 30 years.
30 years. So between us, we've got just a little experience. So the university is a great place. I came here 16 years ago. I love the university. I love the city of Lincoln. It's a small, safe city. It's a great place for students because everything is within walking distance.
Can I endorse that?
On a normal day. Sorry.
What I would say is that we are very keen for people to come who really want to be here. It's a lovely place to come. It's a good educational experience, a lovely city. You will enjoy yourself here.
Thanks, David. Yes, it certainly is a small and compact city. I'm going to move on to talk a little about the staff. We've got a team of 36 people, fantastic set of people. When I came to the university initially, the person who was in my position then described accountancy and finance, because we didn't have economics as a subject specifically then, but he said, welcome to the family of accountancy and finance. And I think that today we are the family of accountancy, finance and economics. You will be looked after. The team of people that we have are very friendly, very warm, very well qualified. We have a portion of the team with PhDs, and the other side we have a number of professionally qualified accountancy staff, and then we have the finance people in the middle. So moving on to the programs that we offer, you can see that we have a suite of undergraduate programs. We have a couple of integrated master's programs, and of course we have postgraduate programs. Today we're going to concentrate only on the undergraduate programs. I'm going to talk a little about the accountancy and finance related programs, and then David will pick up and talk about the economics programs. So to begin with, top of the list is the accountancy and finance program. This program is good if you are going to be an accountant. If you don't want to be an accountant, I would say perhaps think about another program, but certainly this program has exemptions from the professional bodies, is very focused on the work of accounting and accountants. So in this respect, if you love accounting, this is the degree for you. We get 9 exemptions from ACCA, one of the professional accountancy bodies. We have other exemptions from the remaining professional bodies. Business and finance is related to accountancy and finance. Obviously, in the title, they both have the words finance. And so the students studied together through that finance route from first year through to third year. Business and finance is a finance program with a wider perspective of the business element. So it gives you, if you like, an edge in the business world because you have that specialism in finance. Our students go on sometimes to work in the capital markets and personal finance and financial services. But they are slightly different programs, although at first year, the content of the 2 programs is the same. I should add at this point that we are introducing a new program in accounting from September, and that is the BA Hons International Accounting. Now, the international accounting is aimed at those students who want to understand the world of accounting, but who don't want to get the professional body exemptions. They're just interested in the basic knowledge of accounting, but they won't have the same rigor of 3-hour exams for every module. Instead, they will be assessed using a broader-based portfolio of assessments. International Accounting also study the same first-year modules as Accountancy and Finance, Business and Finance, and International Accounting. The advantage of that is that it gives you, the student, the opportunity at the end of the first year to potentially transfer onto one of the other 2 degrees. So if you come in to do International Accounting and think, you know, I really like this, then assuming you pass the first year, we can make an application to transfer to one of the other 2 programs. We also have banking and finance, and banking, like economics, is a more recent introduction to the portfolio of programs that we offer. But with our banking and finance program, one of the key things about that program is that you will have access to the Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund. Now, that's a real working fund. It adheres to the regulations of the stock exchange, and it's like getting work experience whilst you're still at university. You don't necessarily have to take a year out to do a placement. You would be getting the work experience over the 3 years. It's not automatic. You have to have an interview to ensure that you are prepared to do the work, that you are responsible enough to be put in charge of a portfolio, because effectively that's what you're doing. You would be looking after a portfolio of investments. But there'll be other talks elsewhere that will give you more detail about the student managed fund. So at this point, I think, David, I could hand over to you, and maybe you could talk a little about the economics portfolio.
Thank you, Siobhan. The economics portfolio comprises 3 main titles: economics and finance, and business economics. Now, as with our portfolio in general, there's some overlap in what we teach, so that economics and finance have similar threads: micro, macro, and econometrics. Our economics program could be regarded as a mainstream program with those themes. We do introduction to fundamentals of econometrics at level 2, which underpins advanced econometrics. We do foundations of economics, which underpins intermediate macro and micro, and they both underpin advanced micro and macro. So we build from the outset. The economics and finance program and economics program have a common first year. The economics and finance has the same finance as banking and finance, business and finance, and accountancy and finance. So you can see where we share modules. Business and finance is designed for those people who aren't that interested in a strong mathematical program, so that the entry requirements are slightly more amenable to those who are interested in a slightly different version of economics. Now, in business economics, there'll be similar elements to what you would find in business and finance. That would include organizational behavior, law, marketing. But beyond the first year, it has a reasonably good theme of applied economics, geared more towards the micro side, the macro side, which will correspond well with what we do in the rest of the business school. Thank you, Siobhan.
Okay, thanks, David. One of the measures as to how well we are performing in the students' eyes is our association to the professional bodies. And there's just a slide with the various logos on of the professional accountancy bodies that we get exemptions from. So in your own time, you might want to look those up on Google, because you will find out lots of information about the work of accounting. Business and finance actually get some limited exemptions from ACCA and CIMA. NSS. NSS is the National Student Survey. Every third year, and every university is given a questionnaire and asked to fill it in relation to what they think about the programme that they've just experienced over the previous 3 years. There's a couple of quotes that I've taken from students over time from the Accountancy and Finance programme, and I really like the top right. I can handle, after 3 years, I can handle any scenario that comes my way. So there, I think we've taken in an 18-year-old who studied with us for 3 years, who's potentially taken advantage of everything we've got to offer, and is left feeling confident that they have got their qualification and they can face any future employer's challenge. I love also on the top line, second from the left, teachers are world class and are so helpful. I'm honestly glad I came to the University of Lincoln. So that's fantastic for accountancy and finance. Moving on to business and finance. Again, I could choose any of those quotes, but I love the teaching one, teaching quality, bottom right, is at an exemplary level. Top right, academics are always very happy to have a meeting with you, to go over any issues you have, and that's part of the family that we want to portray, that you are joining us, you are the students, you are really key, the lecturers are helpful, so I couldn't have paid that student to write that. That is absolutely superb, an excellent reflection of the department. Now, you might notice that economics hasn't been mentioned in the NSS, but I think, David, you might like to say something about that for this year.
Well, this year we did do quite well in that we came top in the country out of 74 provisions, as far as overall satisfaction is concerned. So yeah. Yes, we did quite well.
Oh, that's superb. So we've done really well in the NSS on all of our 3 mainstream programmes.
Great.
Now, why do you want to come to Lincoln? Well, some of these things I have mentioned to you already. Yes, you can progress to postgraduate study with us. We have excellent employability rates. The last available information that I have for accountancy and finance programmes is that they were in the 90%. The system for collating that information has changed recently, so we haven't got more recent information available. It will be soon, though. You can get professional body exemptions, and as you saw, you can change between some programmes at the end of the first year. I've mentioned the Student Managed Investment Fund, and we are a TEF Gold university, so we are very proud of the quality of our teaching. And we have, yes, experienced, knowledgeable, friendly staff. They're absolutely passionate about their subjects. The lecturers with PhDs, they conduct their research, and where appropriate, they bring that research into the modules that they're teaching. Usually that relates to, sorry, David?
Yes, I was thinking very much, yes, you will enjoy what we teach you.
Yes, well, I mean, you're a good example because your interest in housing economics, we have a module of housing economics in the 3rd year, if I'm right.
Yes, in economics, we tend to have specialist modules that reflect our research expertise. So we hope to teach at the cutting edge of knowledge.
Good, thank you. So yes, we have lecturers passionate about their subject and personal. We do try to get to know you as individuals. You have to allow us to get to know you. But that's why we're here, because you as students are at the heart of what we do. Don't forget,
Yes.
you
Oh,
can.
sorry, Siobhan, could I point
Oh,
out that
please
at
do.
least in economics, our provision is relatively small, so we try and develop as far as possible a strong community feel by inviting everyone to everything.
Yes, and that's worked really well, as you can see from your NSS results, David. So that's superb. Yeah, if you want to ask any more questions, don't forget that there is the opportunity to do that at the end of this presentation. Thank you, and enjoy the open day.